So, have you seen the latest Las Vegas Athletics Stadium renderings
I sure
released?
have.
Obvious connotations to the Sydney Opera House in Australia. I mean, have you been to Australia? I
I
thought you told me you
have.
went there once.
I
Have you?
have.
Did you go to the Opera House?
I went to I went to like
I
you
think
can
you
walk
have
through
to.
it. Yeah, we went over there to it's amazing architecture. Went over to look at it, and
Yeah.
then you can walk through the opera house when there's not a event happening, and there wasn't an event happening, so we took a peek inside, and and that's immediately when I saw the renderings. I thought, okay, I guess it works for Vegas, but it's really odd looking stadium as far as I'm concerned.
Well, when you were in the Opera House, did you think they should be playing baseball inside of it?
God, no, no, yeah, exactly.
There's an uncanny resemblance, that which is fine, whatever. But it, they also did. The architect actually called it on purpose. They called it an armadillo sphere, which the armadillo part is obvious too. You could definitely see armadillo. It's like a pile of armadillos on top of it, kind of like a armadillo orgy almost. But that's what they were going for, I guess. It's fine. It's raised a lot of questions about the design in general, but the bullet points here is it's a 33,000 seat stadium, which we've heard before. Not a retractable roof, which we had heard in previous iterations of what the stadium was supposed to be. So that was a bit surprising. It is featuring the world's largest cable net glass windows, which I'm not quite sure what cable glass net means, but it's a giant fucking window. Basically, the whole north end of the building is all windows, which, I mean, you think of a glass building, it's really a greenhouse in a way, which seems like there could be a warm place. They're going to definitely have to work on the air conditioning system there, but it's a greenhouse. Maybe that's going to be the nickname for it. The greenhouse. Oakland A's, or now the Las Vegas A's, are green. I think it makes perfect sense.
Oh yeah.
That or the that or the armadillo brothel. I don't know. Maybe that'll make more sense. But so I read some of the quotes, and there's one quote in particular I wanted to point out when I was reading about this. The ballpark is currently designed to include an 18,000 square foot jumbotron, which would make it the largest in all of MLB. And my favorite thing about this is it is currently designed to feature this jumbotron, which is sort of the whole farce of all these renderings we've seen over the years. Like I said, this is probably the third set of renderings I've seen for Las Vegas alone.
Yeah.
That does not include the myriad renderings you've seen for the Howard Terminal spot on the East Bay. Prior to that, I mean, there's Fremont renderings, all sorts of different renderings. So these are essentially meaningless. Like, they can draw all the pictures they want, but none of this means anything until they actually get the funding and figure this out and put a shovel in the ground. So who knows if it's going to look anything like this? One thing that's obvious that it's not going to look like is they've also failed to show the new high-rise casino that's supposed to be on the same 9 acre plot. Those are not to be seen in any of the renderings. So it's obviously going to look very different. There's a giant building right next door to it as well. So it just raises questions, though. Like, can it even fit on these 9 acres, which is a very
Yeah.
small plot of land
Yeah.
for
Not that
multiple
large.
buildings, let alone a stadium?
Right.
Are they going to be able to get this done by 2028? They don't have funding secured yet. They don't have, the taxpayer dollars of Nevada that they're looking for yet. So I find this all pretty dubious. Is it's still budgeted for $1.5 billion? I mean, I have no idea based on renderings. That looked like an expensive building to me. 1.5 might be a bit low.
Maybe it's all made
And
out
we
of
know John
plastic.
Fisher. Yeah, exactly. Well, we always joke about the Texas stadium, the new Rangers stadium, how it was a lot of glass actually too, and it ended up looking like an aluminum tool shed. So renderings, you got to take with a grain of salt. The interesting part of this, well, the last part of this, at least this current stage, is there is a Las Vegas board meeting, a city board meeting scheduled for March 21st.
Oh,
We
okay.
will be learning a lot more about, like, this is where things get a little more real. I mean, there's endless meetings about this fucking thing, but we'll see how it actually plays out. We'll get a little more clarity, I think.
Word Hole Media.